My brother-in-law exposes my entitled sister and parents, giving a brutal reality check after years of favoritism and family chaos. For some background, my parents have 3 kids, Maya 29 female, me 28 male, and Sally 26 female. The problem is Sally. When she was born, she had some form of medical condition, which led doctors to believe that she wouldn't survive at all. But my parents never gave up. They spent money and time on her treatment, and a miracle happened. Since then, they have coddled Sally to death. Sally always had to have good things. I mostly got my sister's hand-me-downs. I didn't mind, but it stinks that I was the forever neglected middle child. But my sister Maya took most of it. Maya was the oldest and the scapegoat for some weird reasons. Sally was always in competition with Maya, and I am sure my parents also pitted them against each other too. Maya was always supposed to behave and never complain, while Sally was a brat. If Maya had a dollhouse, Sally would have a bigger dollhouse. If Maya did something good, my parents would just say, "Good job," and go on about their lives. But if Sally even won a participation trophy, they would basically throw a party. Since then, Maya has been walking on eggshells around my parents. She would always be grounded, and we cannot even complain that Sally has been bullying us because she is a special child. Sally was also awful toward me. She would often abuse me and even steal my stuff, and my parents wouldn't do anything. And like I mentioned, Sally was always in competition with Maya. If Maya wanted to participate in music, she would too. I remember Maya saying in high school that she had a crush. What does Sally do? Make out with that crush in front of Maya. My parents didn't even save enough for college for either of us, but luckily for Maya, she got a scholarship. I had to take out a loan. The last straw for Maya was when she was dating this guy in college. She brought him home when they were on vacation. She caught Sally and him having sex in the basement. It was a shitstorm. My parents did berate Sally, but after a few days they were like, "What happened just happened. It will be wrong to separate these lovebirds." That was it for Maya. She screamed at them, saying that she had endured their abuse for all these years, but not anymore. She cut off contact. There was a lot of tension. Some of my uncles and aunts were divided. Sally was just as shameless as she was, and she went on to date Maya's ex. Maya eventually got over it, met a nice guy, and got married. She did invite our parents, but not Sally. My parents didn't go, but I did. She is currently pregnant with her first child. My parents reached out to her, and although Maya was skeptical, she agreed to reconcile. So, our family has this big dinner once a year at their place, where all the relatives and cousins are invited. Maya came along with her husband, Adam. Sally was also there with her husband, Maya's ex. Throughout the evening, I noticed Sally trying to be closer to Adam, but he would just shove her off. When it was time for dinner, my parents made a toast. Then Sally stood up and said that she was so lucky to be here, and that she almost died when she was young. Barf. She then redirected to Maya and said, "Sis, I know it must be hard for you because your ex is now my husband, but thanks for the blessing. I know it must be hard for you to be here, knowing how hard it was for you to compete with me. But I applaud your bravery." This was the moment Adam stood up and shouted at Sally, saying, "How dare she insult his wife? Who the F does she think she is?" Then the word vomit started. I am just paraphrasing it. "You think you are so special because you were a miracle baby? Guess what? I was a miracle baby too, but I don't act like you do. You are such a pathetic woman that the only achievement in your life you have is something that was accidental. What else do you have to show for? Everything you have was basically borrowed from my wife, even your pathetic husband, who spent the entire evening hitting on every female cousin in this room. You are so annoying that even your husband doesn't like you. You know what the truth is? You have nothing, and you are nothing. You are so shameless and pathetic that you tried to hit on me. You already have her ex, and now you want her husband. I would rather die than be with a woman like you, whose personality is worth a paper bag. You have always been jealous of my wife because you always knew you would never be as amazing as she is. That's why you stole from her, because that's the only way you could have what she has." There was more, but it was so brutal that Sally was in tears. My parents and relatives were shocked. My parents told Maya, "Well, aren't you going to do anything?" Maya said no, and she left with her husband. Honestly, even my cousins were silent. I knew no one liked Sally. On the other hand, I was laughing behind my wine glass. My mom noticed and said I was an a-hole for laughing at my sister's misery. It has been over a week since this happened. The video of Adam's rant was circulating on our cousin group chat. I still laugh at it. I have been low contact with them ever since, but they are getting a lot of tea for Sally. So, am I the a-hole? Edit guys, please stop asking me for the video. I want to protect the privacy of my family. I even used fake names for that reason. I can't give you the audio as well because, in my book, it is a breach of privacy. Some comments from the op. Well, the update I can give you right now is that my uncle, my aunt, and every other family member who was present have berated my mom and dad too for letting it go this far. My mom and dad have blown up Maya's phone and her husband made them look bad. Maya just texted them, "Well, that's because you guys are bad. It's so bad that right now no one is supporting you. Good luck hiding behind Sally, but I will visit her soon, so let's see." It was a short video. My cousin only caught it because my parents told her to record the dinner law irony. She never stopped rolling. She just forwarded a snippet of Adam's speech, but I cannot post it for privacy reasons. OP posted details of the video on public request. For privacy reasons, I cannot post the video, not even the audio. Please understand it, but I am writing the dialogue that went through. Also, even though we live in the States, at home we speak in our native language, so a lot of the translation would be robotic. Characters: Sally, Maya, Adam, Mom, Dad, and Douche, Sally's husband. She sits down after insulting my sister by saying she is competing with her. Adam: huh? What is that supposed to mean? Sally: what do you mean? Adam: you literally just insulted my wife in front of me. I want to know what the hell you mean when you say that she is competing with you. Sally: oh, Adam, you have no idea. Maya has always been pining for Douche. I know it is sad that he fell in love with me, but I am happy she let it go. Adam: yeah, I am glad that she is with me rather than your perverted husband who has been hitting on every girl cousin here. Sally: how dare you speak about my husband? Adam: how dare me? How dare you speak to my wife like that? Sally: who the F do you think you are? Queen of England? I won't even make you Queen of the Garbage Island. Dad: hey, watch it. Adam: no, I would not. I would not sit here and watch your useless daughter talk shit about my wife. Sally was crying at this point. Adam: how dare you insult my wife? You see, you think you are so effing special because you were a miracle baby. Well, guess what? I was a rainbow baby too, but I am not as annoying as you are. You are not the only miracle baby in this world, you dumb beatish. There are millions more. Sure, they don't be a teach about it. What else did you do to think you deserve the world? What do you have to show for it? My wife was a valedictorian who earned 6 figures. She has respect in society. What do you have except for your attitude? You are a college dropout who has no life skills and has been mooching off her parents your entire life is borrowed from your sister. Sally: stop it. Adam: I will not. You want to hear the truth? The truth is that you are a piece of shit. Nobody will miss you if you die. Nobody likes you. There is not a single person in your family except for your mom and dad who failed to raise you. Mom: stop it or else I will throw you out. Adam: I don't give a rat's a looks like Sally, and you know what? Everyone saw how disgusting it was that you were trying to seduce the husband of your own sister. Sally, practically sobbing: I was just trying to be nice. Adam: oh, like how you were trying to be nice when Maya brought Douche home? Is this how you say hello and your family effing outsiders? How about I F your dad and husband to express my gratitude? Do not. Take me for a fool. I know what you were trying to do. Dad, that's it. You are going way out of line. Adam: no, I am making a line between your slutty daughter and ours. How shameless are you? Your own daughter is trying to sabotage the marriage of your own oldest daughter, and you are silent. Where was this energy of yours when Maya was crying in her room or when her own boyfriend was cheating on her with her sister? Is this the moral you taught your daughter? Do you even have empathy for your other kids? Opie and Maya had to suffer a lot because your own daughter is the effing Miss Tuck B. Where was your attitude then? Would you have held Douche accountable if she slept with one of Sally's boyfriends? Answer me. Dad, I don't need to answer a stranger. Adam: I am not a stranger. I am your daughter's husband. I have every right to speak about it. I have every right to call out your daughter's BS. Listen, Sally, you think people actually like you? Well, none of us in this room full of 50 people likes you the slightest. You really think that you are pretty and that guys will just fall for you? Well, you are an ugly C. Your personality is worth a paperback. The only reason your husband is even married to you is because you faked a pregnancy and then faked a miscarriage. Even the guy who is a cheater and a pervert doesn't want to be with you. And you did all of that for who? Points at Douche. He is nothing but your sister's sloppy second. You don't even deserve her sloppy thirds. What achievements do you have except for being a miracle child? You are a pathetic woman in her 20s who is still mooching off her parents. Just looking at you so irritatingly and sobbing like a poor victim makes my skin crawl. You are not special. You are just an entitled brat that everyone hates. That was it. The room was silent, and then Mom spoke. Mom: Maya, your husband is insulting us. Maya: Adam, grab your coat. We are leaving. I have had enough of it. Mom: you are not going to do anything? Maya: actually, no, I will not. They left, and then our cousins just sat and ate dinner. I was basically laughing quietly behind my wine glass. Mom said: why are you smiling? You think this is a joke? Me: well, no. Mom, God, you are so ungrateful. Or some guy just insulted your sister and you were sitting here laughing. Mom, please, we still have guests. The rest of the evening was basically Sally crying and making a scene. My cousins were sharing the video and making fun of Sally. Yes, the group chat has everyone, including Maya and her husband, except for Sally and her husband. Update 1. I don't know if people will see this, but I do have a little update. I went to see my sister Maya and her husband today. I talked to her and asked her if she was okay. I haven't had a chance to reach out to her after the dinner. She said she was fine and that Mom and Dad have been demanding they apologize to Sally. The barf. She blocked it then because why should they? Apologize for the truth? They also got support from the group chat. A lot of our cousins' parents were unaware of the incident with Sally and all the bullying. They thought that since she was a miracle baby, she would be an angel. Barf, too. I apologized to my Bill Adam for what happened. He said sorry back because he lost his shht. He also had really toxic parents. He basically projected his own anger on Sally. I told him it was fine, and even our cousins enjoyed it. They are making fun of Sally, and he is practically their hero right now. And as for my parents, well, they are still in denial. I don't care anymore. They have gone too far. I mean, even strangers see through them, yet they refuse to see the truth. They are getting a lot of heat from everyone, especially Grandma Mom's mom because our grandpa left her for another woman, so she takes it as a big offense. Apparently, my parents lied to her about Sally's husband. They said Maya and him used to date, but they broke up. I will give a full update right now. The cousins, uncles, and aunts are divided among themselves. I am really disappointed in our parents. I hope Sally takes care of them when they are really old because they obviously lost 2 of their kids. Update 2. Sorry for the late update, guys, but I do have one for you. Well, after I talked to Adam, he called me a few days later to ask me if I could speak to him. So I met him at his house. He made some excuses to Maya and took me somewhere private. He pulled out his phone and told me that Sally had been texting him non-stop. He ignores her. He has already blocked 3 of her accounts. The texts range from, sorry, please talk to me, bashing Maya, calling him unworthy, some dirty text, and also some provocative photos with the caption, I can F better than Maya, you know. Adam was sick of it. I was furious. Does Sally have no shame? I said enough is enough. My parents need to see what kind of person Sally is. So I arranged a meeting with my parents. We didn't tell Maya because she was already pregnant. We do not want to stress her further. We sat with our parents, and before I could speak, Adam cursed right at the sight of my sister and started calling her a harlot. I asked him to calm down. Our parents were furious. I told them they should control their miracle child because she is acting crazy. She has been sending inappropriate messages to Adam. My parents obviously didn't believe it. I showed them the proof. They acted like they were disgusted. Sally kept saying it was a fake account. Someone is trying to defame her. Douche, Sally's husband, forcefully took her phone and discovered the message. He was screaming and shouting at her. She was curled into a ball. Douche looked at our parents and said, You raised a pathetic child. I personally grilled my parents. I told them they were a failure. They always prioritized their golden child over the other kids. Where was their concern when their other daughter was? Betrayed. Would they have done the same if Sally's boyfriend was cheating on her with Maya? They have enabled Sally so much that she has become an entitled brat. They should know that almost everyone in the family hates her and is sick of her. Adam told them they should be ashamed of the brat they raised. They are bad parents who failed to teach morality to their children. That's why she is after her sister. And he said, Look at her. Can you honestly say that you are proud of your daughter? Are you proud that she is a homewrecker? Are you proud that nobody loves her? They need to get off their high horses. My parents didn't say a word. Lastly, I told them to F off. Me and Maya will be cutting them off. Don't even bother calling us. Their whole life they have invested in their bratty child, so they should just ask for her help when they are old. I am done with them. That is when my mom started crying, saying it was really unfair the whole family is shunning them. I looked at them and asked, And whose fault is that? My dad looked pretty defeated. I bet there were other members of the family who grilled them too and threatened to cut them off for Sally. So, yeah, that's it. Nothing big. I don't think they will learn their lesson, but who cares? And like you guys suggested, I took Adam to a steakhouse and treated him to a fine piece of steak. I also ordered one of those custom trophies like you guys said that has World's Sassiest Brother-in-Law written on it. Adam threatened Sally with the police, so no message has been sent from her till now. I have decided that I will get a place closer to Maya because she does need help from someone in the family. So, that's all, folks. Edit. A lot of you guys think this is fake and asked me to release the video to prove it. Please stop asking me. As much as I hate Sally, she doesn't deserve to be paraded like that. Also, some of you asked why my dad just stood there and did not do anything. Well, they were all shocked because Adam had been quiet and suddenly he started shouting, He is a calm guy, but when he gets pissed, Lord have mercy. Even my dad was terrified. And also, some of you said it was fake because Adam used a pop culture reference. Well, that's because he is a bit of a geek. He uses pop culture references sometimes, even when talking normally. Stop pestering me for the video. Second story, boyfriend is planning to propose, and OP is planning to tell him that she and his older brother were in a sexual relationship. I'm not quite sure what my next move should be. Any advice would be awesome. Long story short, 3 years ago, I was a server at a local diner, and Kyle, my now boyfriend, and his brother, Tim, were frequent guests. Tim and I spent a lot of time together, if you know what I mean, strictly sexual, for nearly 6 months, and then went our separate ways. Nothing specific caused us to fall off. Our fling was just over, I guess. I'm not sure how to explain it. Absolutely no hard feelings were had. I also changed jobs and didn't see them anymore. Anyway, Kyle messaged me on social media a few weeks after Tim and I split, and we hit it off really well. We started seeing each other and fell in love. He's awesome, the best guy I've ever been with in every way possible. I found out he's planning on proposing. Here's where things get a little chaotic. We'd been together maybe 4 months before I met any of his family. He took me to his mom's birthday party, and his whole family was there, including Tim, his wife, and kids. They are literally an inspirational power couple, and their kids are amazing. I was caught completely off guard and decided to wait until we left to mention it to Kyle, until Tim cornered me. He begged me not to say a word to anyone about our fling because it would break his entire family's heart and destroy his very awesome wife. Like, no kidding, dude. I decided to keep it to myself. We see Tim and Angie, his wife, maybe 4 times a year, and it's always with the rest of the family. Kyle and Tim don't have the best relationship, so it wasn't a big deal, but now that I know Kyle is planning to propose, I all of a sudden feel like I should tell him. Should I, or should I just take it to the grave? Edited to add, I did know they were brothers from the get-go. They would come in together and separately. Everyone knew they were brothers. Sorry, I didn't make that more clear. Also, no one knows about Tim and me except the 2 of us. We played it cool at work and always hung out at his place or mine. Never hung out with friends with each other or went out in public. Update, I'm truly not sure how Reddit actually works, so I'm doing the best I can here. I'm going to start off by saying Reddit auto-generated my username, and I kept it. Don't hate because y'all didn't get as cool of a name as me, haha. Also, thanks for all the support and advice. I really appreciate all the sincere people. As much as I wish this were fake, it isn't. Please forgive me for my improper use of platonic. Now I know, and it won't happen again, ha. Anyway, I decided to just go ahead and tell Kyle, even though my gut was telling me to take it to the grave. Y'all ain't going to believe this shit. He already knew. He and Tim were working together at the time, hence why they were hanging out despite not having the best brotherly relationship. He told me that Tim had mentioned that he was going to try to shoot his shot with me, and when Tim didn't say anything else about it, he figured it was because he had succeeded, and they don't have the best relationship, so they don't really share the normal bro talk. Sorry to let y'all down. He's completely cool with it. He says it was weird at first, but he grew up with his brother always taking girls from him and so on and so forth. I did ask him why he never mentioned it to me, and he said he figured it didn't mean anything, or I would have found it important to tell him because I've been open about everything else in my past. He is correct. It was literally just sex. Tim also had a company apartment, which is why I didn't know about him being freaking married, which brings me to my next point. I asked Kyle what he thought about telling Angie. He doesn't know. He and Tim have such a rocky past that he doesn't want to rock the boat anymore. Tim literally treats Angie and her kids. They're not his. I just found that out, like they are the best thing since sliced bread, to the point where I couldn't even tell over all these years that they were his stepchildren. He adores his wife and kids. She is stellar as well, truly an amazing human. They've laughed and joked at family events about how much they love each other, how great their sex life is, and just how amazing their life together is. I know I should tell her. Her husband is a cheater. But Kyle begged me not to because he doesn't want to cause any more trouble with the family because apparently their brotherly rival has made huge tolls on the family before and he doesn't want to rock the boat or sink the boat again. I know this wasn't the update y'all were looking for, and y'all will probably hang me out to dry for not telling Tim's wife, but oh well, sorry. Kyle and I have a great relationship and can see past things that happened in the past. ZXO, Hot Mess, or whatever my username is, Redditor. Why would anyone be disappointed? You told him, and he's okay with it. Isn't that what matters in the end? But the other issue is him. Editor note, the brother cheated on his wife. I wouldn't call him an inspiration. So this is a totally separate issue here, and it's the bigger issue. She needs to know that she's been cheated on, and yeah, she might be angry. But doesn't she deserve to know this? Who else is he hooked up with? What if he gave her an STI or got someone else knocked up? They deserve the chance to tackle this individually and as a couple. Healthy relationships don't include cheating, lying, or hiding things. I hope you tell her. OP replies, I'm truly considering it. I just don't want to cause any more issues for Kyle. I'm going to ponder it for a while. I know I would want to know if my seemingly perfect husband wasn't so perfect after all. Redditor replies, exactly. Yes, it will hurt her. And she might lash out at you, but she deserves to know. It's not healthy, it's not right, and it's not fair. But the longer you wait, the more people he might cheat on her. Keep that in mind. Another Redditor, if your older brother has taken your BF so in the past, then that is definitely a source of friction. I would suggest that you just keep your distance from future Bill and never go there again. If you did decide to tell Angie, it would be best to do so anonymously and find the other women he has cheated with and make it about them, because you can be sure he has cheated more than just one time with you. Keep your time with future Bill out of it. OP replies, I've always done my best to stay very, very far away from Tim. Angie has even reached out to me, wanting to be friends, and I shamefully always come up with excuses as to why I can't come hang out or go to dinner and such. I think anonymity is a great idea, but as of now, Kyle has asked me not to say anything, so I'd have to do it super anonymously, and I don't even know where to start to find more dirt on Tim. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.